Welcome back to the afternoon show. Still to come, the beautiful voice of Lauren Waterworth. But first, the change for middle-aged women can be a very stressful time in their lives. So Dr. Chris is here to explain some of the issues. And we're also joined by Yvette Hastings, who's been through the menopause, which is obviously the correct term for it. But actually, Chris, what is the menopause?
It's when your period stop. It's as simple as that. You know, your ovaries, you're born with so many eggs, and eventually you use all those eggs up, your ovaries stop functioning, and then your hormone levels start dropping, periods stop, and of course then you get the symptoms, you know, the irritability, the hot sweats, the flushes, the loss of interest in sex, loss of concentration, etc.
And then, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 years ago, HRT became three letters that we hadn't heard that much of before then, but hormone replacement therapy became big news, didn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, a higher percentage of women in the States take HRT than the UK. But it's interesting, in the UK, about 1.7 million are on HRT, but half of them only take it for about a year, then they stop taking it. You know, maybe because of side effects, or they've heard scare stories. You know,
well, we have heard. There have been some studies that had pretty scary results recently.
Yeah, and they really have sort of rocked, you know, the medical establishment. There was a study in 2002 where they found that HRT increased the risk of breast cancer by 26%, heart attacks by 29%, strokes by 41%, but also dropped the risk of bowel cancer by 30-odd%.
And I think I remember hearing that if you were in that risk group, if you stopped HRT, the risk would drop again. You know, it wasn't necessarily a permanent risk forever then, was it?
Oh no. I mean, you stop the medication and the risk just comes down back to baseline level, as it were. Yeah.
And Yvette, you've decided, after having tried HRT, that the kind of prescription, the chemicals, the medical alternative wasn't for you. So what have you decided to do?
No, they didn't work for me because they were giving me sort of nausea and headaches all the time, and I was still having a horrible time. So I had to go and find something else. So tried everything I could find in the shops, but again, nothing worked. Luckily, I heard about this food supplement and gave it a whirl, and it's been absolutely fantastic.
So this is the kind of natural way, and food supplements as opposed to medication. Chris, you've brought a selection in here, haven't you?
Yes, and you know, the treatment Yvette's talking about is this. It's called Nutrifem, and it's new to me, of course. We only spoke last night about this, didn't we? But this is well, you describe it, Yvette. You're the expert with this.
It's been derived from traditional foods, and that's the difference that the scientists were looking for. Basically, the Japanese women, for example, eat a lot of phytoestrogens in their diet.
Soy, tofu, miso,
yes, all those sort of things. Yeah. And so they were looking what particular foods meant that, you know, women such as myself could go through this part of our life without having any issues. So that's where it came about, and I was lucky to get on the trial with them. And
what are the other two that are here, Chris?
Well, this is a plant estrogen, isn't it? A phytoestrogen, derived from a type of bean. This is another one, phytosoya, and this contains isoflavones, which are plant estrogens. So instead of estrogens from your body or from pharmaceutical companies, these are derived from plants, which don't have the sort of the adverse effect reaction that you know, the other substances have. This is just one of the many other popular treatments, black cohosh. This is not an estrogen or a plant estrogen, but this can help some people with the flushes and the sweats. And there are lots of treatments out there. There's a very good book out there. This study's looked at menopause, beating it naturally. And I've had a good look through that. It hasn't got Yvette's product in there yet, because obviously this is new, but it looks at this type of treatment where
So the advice would be, especially from the horse's mouth, if you don't mind me saying so, is if you're not happy with the kind of medical version of the treatment, try some of these food supplements in the natural way, and it's made a big difference to you.
Yes, definitely.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we could go into it more, and perhaps we will, Chris, on another occasion, but thank you very much indeed, Yvette, and thanks, Dr. Chris.